Hello everybody and welcome back. If you're new here, I am the Legit Creep and I am a professional body piercer. If you are new, please subscribe to my channel. Today's video is going to be a reaction to Tana Mongeau's horror ear piercing piercer story. It's not me reacting to a piercing, but I'm reacting to her piercing story, I guess, like her story time. I feel like we all know Tana's story times are incredible, so this will be one hell of a tale.
Stupid child. I was in 8th grade. It was like so fucking trendy for no reason. Just like so fucking trendy for girls to wear like big like feather earrings or like dangly earrings or like hoops or just like big ass earrings with like scarves. So yeah, like if you did not have your earrings fucking in and your scarf motherfucking on, you were not a trendy bitch.
And scarves.
That like it's something I enjoy doing, you know what I mean? Like following the current trends and like doing my own twist on them and stuff like that. That's just how I've always been. So yeah, I decided that I needed my fucking ears pierced and I begged my mom and dad to let me get them for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And I called every ear place trying to find a place that would like let me do it without an ID or like without a parent. Like I couldn't find one. Like I tried to find like friends with piercing guns. Like I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't find a way to do it behind my parents' back. And my parents literally were so determined to like not let me because they're like, we're not gonna go through this again. And now that I look back, I totally see why. I am just so bad at things like that. It's so bad. Like when I got my belly button pierced, I was so like they had to remind me every day twice a day to clean it so I didn't like die of fucking like intestine infection. Like, I don't even know. I'm that kind of person. I started taking care of things. It's absolutely terrible and disgusting. But yeah, so they were saying no. And I was like, okay, fine. You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna pierce my own God-blessed ears. And this is like where I went fucking wrong. Like, Tana, you really needed to be so trendy that you decided you were gonna shove a needle through your own fucking ear. Like, are you good? So I get on those websites like eHow, like how-to, like websites. You don't have to remember, like if you Google how to pierce your ears, like WikiHow. It'll be like the first one like on the screen. So I start watching YouTube videos. I start watching like or reading like WikiHow articles and all this shit. And every single one is like get a piercing needle. Like you need a hollow needle. Like don't do this if you're under 18. Like all this shit. I just read all that and kind of was like I disregarded everything that every single website was like telling me to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like every single fucking one. So I decide, you know what? Fuck the police, fuck the feds, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. So I go upstairs to my house and I find a sewing needle and I get the sewing needle. I go back downstairs.
Sewing needle,
I
love it.
I get an apple because I really thought an apple was like what I needed, you know what I mean? I get some rubbing alcohol, I pour that in a jar, and I go upstairs to my bathroom and I get my little cup of rubbing.
The apple, I feel like did that just originate from Parent Trap? It's like they said you need an apple and now you're good. They're obviously using it as like the cork or whatever to like catch the needle, but it's like, you really like shouldn't have to have like a cork or an apple or anything there if you know what you're doing properly, but okay.
I'm psychotic. Like I'm fucking so psychotic. Oh my god. So I dip this needle in rubbing alcohol and I hold this apple, like this fucking fruit, like this slice of a fucking apple. Like Adam and Eve motherfucking picked that bitch off a tree apple. Like are you good? Tana? Like are you fucking good? And I hold it to the back of my ear. And so I take like, I think I took a Sharpie before and like dotted where I wanted it. I'm not sure. I still have this ear piercing to this day, by the way. But so I hold it to my ear and I go, I kid you not, I'm staring in the mirror, like contemplating my whole life, debating if I really want to do this. And I go 1, 2, 3. And it hurt so bad. No one was like home in this moment. By the way, I waited till I was
whether she actually went like that, because like you see, again, Tana is a big fan of the Parent Trap, obviously, because like that's what they do. They like pull it away and then shove it through. But like there's no way you're going to get like that dot that you put on with the Sharpie if you're like going like this. Like it's not gonna happen.
It hurts so bad. My ear's gushing blood, but I'm like, whatever. Like halfway through it, like what's fucking
I don't think it would bleed that much though, because like especially if a needle's like just gone through, like it's not even a hollow needle, it's not going to bleed. Like that's just not how it works. Like it's hard to explain, but basically like it won't bleed until like you've taken it out. Like it won't. It really shouldn't just start bleeding because there's something like holding that space.
Keep in mind that this is a sewing needle with like an eye, like you know what I mean? Like I'm engaging my ear right now, like are you fucking good? So I shove the earring through, I put the back on it, rubbing alcohol, whatever. I do the other ear the same way, you know, put it there, dot it, 1, 2, 3. Sigh fucking cautic, Tana. And I'm like, okay, so it's gushing blood, the blood is like down my neck, it's like scabbing, it's on my hands, like heavy metal, Tana. So I fucking shove the other earring through. And then I clean it up, and I look at it, and I'm like, this is cute. Now you guys didn't think this was gonna be the whole story, right? Like I'm not running out of ideas, like it's juicy, okay? So I look at it, and I'm like, this is cute. Like this is really cute. And like this was also the time where it was like trendy for girls to have their whole ear like pierced up their whole ear. You see where the story's going, don't you? Okay. So I look at the ear and I'm like, I want more, bitch. Like why stop at 1? Like we're here, you know what I mean? So I got the little dot for my second hole, which I still have to this day.
This is so like teenagers just love it. It's like, you know what, we've done one, let's just go for them all. Let's do every single piercing. And like I would have been like that as well, like 100%. But now, like when you look back on it, and like as a piercer now that you know, like you shouldn't do this many piercings in one go because it is so hard for one, your body to heal this many at once, and two, you're just creating more of a risk here.
And I take my little apple core. I got a new apple core though, don't worry, like I'm not trash, okay? Apple slice, not core. And so I got my ear where I want it. I look at
Imagine
it,
an
I get my needle and
apple
rubbing
core.
it. 1, 2, 3. And so this one doesn't go all the way through. It like pops like the way cartilage does, and I hear like a noise, and I'm like, that can't be good. Now this is where most people will be like, that's probably a sign that I'm doing something wrong. God, Tana, I shove it through my fucking ear.
Cartilage don't really pop. Like everyone loves to say that, like I heard the cartilage pop. Like it doesn't pop.
And it's like excruciating. I'm crying. My eyes are like tearing. It's bleeding profusely. I take it all the way through, gauge my ear, put the earring in, clean it up, do it to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Pop, pop, blood, earring, clean it up. I like this. Now this is where any fucking normal human being with a normal fucking brain, like your brain thinks normally, you have a normal thought process, you have a normal conscience, you know right from wrong, you know when to stop, like no.
Tana, bitches are crazy. Teenagers are wild. They'll go far. You aren't the only one, I'm sorry to tell you. This is what they all do. They all want 50,000 piercings in one go.
So I do the same little procedure again. I get my apple, I get my needle. Like I was in excruciating pain at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like crying, my ears are bleeding, I'm like shaking, my whole ear is so red, it hurts so bad. So I go to grab the third fucking hole, and I got it, and I get my little needle, and I go 1, 2, 3. And this time, the popping noise where it wouldn't go through is like even worse. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it literally won't, like it's even worse. So I'm sitting there with all my force trying to shove this through my ear. It literally won't. I'm like, okay, but you can't stop now. Like you could stop now if you were a normal human being, but you already stuck it through, so you might as well get it all the way through. So I go like as hard as I can and just like slam on the bottom of the needle so it goes through my ear, and I'm like screaming.
How did it not like even like a sewing needle? If you like bashed your hand on a sewing needle, it's going to like force itself into your skin. So like even that would hurt on its own.
Back and forth, it hurts so bad. But I pull it through, put my earring in, and do the same thing. Now after this point, I'm starting to get like dizzy because of pain. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm starting to get like a little bit woozy, and I'm like,
blood
I don't know if I
loss,
should continue. Like
as well,
this really fucking
losing
hurts. Blah blah blah.
And
I'm like, wow, Tana, like this is really a beautiful thing that you've done here. Like this is, it looks great. Like you should be a piercer. Like this is so beautiful. So I clean it all up with rubbing alcohol. I'm like, bitch, you know what? I want a cartilage piercing, and this is where I went so wrong.
No.
Like so wrong. Like to this day, I'm like, bitch, you're a fucking stupid cunt. Like why would you do that to yourself? But I'm like, whatever. So I get my ear, I clean it out, I clean my needle, I have an earring ready, you know what I mean? I dot it, whatever. And I didn't know that with cartilage piercings, that popping thing is your cartilage.
Needle through your cartilage, just like, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
And like, it's gonna pop hell in, it's gonna bleed hell, it's gonna hurt hell. That's why they use piercing guns, so it can go through it like, boom, like that, super fast, you're done.
Don't use a piercing gun in your cartilage.
It hurt, but it went by so fast and the earring's already in there that it's not like excruciating pain, you know what I mean? But when you're piercing
or anywhere, but
through, like, pop,
even worse.
Pop, and it hurts so bad. So I grab this needle, like, and I'm holding my ear, I've got my apple like behind it, you know what I mean? And I'm like 1, 2, 3, and I shove it through, and it's the loudest pop. It's like loud as fuck, like right in your ear, and you're like, ow. And I'm like, fuck, okay, it's like barely through. So I go again, and at this point I'm shaking, I'm crying, my ear is gushing blood, I'm in so much pain, but I'm like, you know what, Tana, like we're 2 pops through, you know what I mean? So I go boom, pop, and now I have 1 more left. And at this point I'm in so much pain, I want to give up so badly, but I'm like, bitch, like a cartilage piercing, it's so tiny, like this isn't gonna get infected or anything. So I go like this, at this point it's not able to just like shove through like with your finger, like it won't work. So I take my hand and I'm holding the apple, and I just go on top of the needle, and I go like bang, so the needle just like shoves through my whole ear. I scream at the top of my lungs, like I'm genuinely surprised my neighbors literally.
I still don't get how she's just shoving this needle through with with her palm, like a sewing needle. Like I have done that on a sewing needle before. It's gonna pierce your hand, like it's gonna get in there. So like is this story the truth? Obviously exaggerated, but and the pop, I get what she's saying, but like that's like the stupid thing about like doing it yourself is the fact that you're literally like you're just extending the pain. Like a piercer's gonna do it in one quick, like super fast movement. Like we can do it in a second, it's so fast. Yet like when you're doing it on yourself, you're sort of like hesitating and you're putting it through like gradually. Whereas like, why, yeah, I get like, she's obviously said she couldn't do it, but like this is like a common thing that people will do it at home because they don't want to like pay for it or something like that. It's gonna be done sanitary. It's going to be done properly. It's going to be done at the right angle, right jewelry, and it's going to be done so quickly. Basically, it's painless because it's done so quickly. Whereas like when you do it like this, it is excruciating and it hurts a lot because you're like just prolonging the pain.
I did not call the cops. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, literally murder. Like, literally Dexter. Like, why am I screaming? Like, why? So I shoved the fucking piercing through, and it's gushing blood. And now this one didn't stop bleeding. It literally probably bled for like 6 hours. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's just like dripping blood. Like, dripping blood for 6 hours. Like, rock the fuck on. Heavy fucking metal as fuck. Like, Paramore in 2006. Like, that was me. So I'm like, I got my ears pierced. I cleaned them all out, whatever. I think I'm Gucci, you know? I go to sleep. And I wake up the next morning and my whole ear is just like scattered, like living. But I clean it off and I go to school. I wear my hair down like this, and then I get to school and I throw it up in a ponytail, and I'm like, look at all my earrings. Like, oh my god. And all my friends are like, it's so cute. Like, where did you go? Like, where did you get yours? I'm like, I want a cartilage piercing. And I decide that not only am I gonna pierce my own ears, I'm gonna pierce other people's. So I start telling them, no, I did it myself. I'm like, great. Like, I know everything about it. I'm like certified. Blah blah blah. Like, you know, like I can pierce your own ear. Don't worry. Like, I can pierce your ear. Like,
oh, no.
And they're like, really? Like, no way. So I started making like appointments, like in my little fucking iPhone 3G, for people to come to my house when my parents are home and to pierce their ear. Okay? I make like 10 appointments, like with all my little friends. And so over the course of the next 5 days, my ears starts, like, especially the cartilage piercing and the third holes, start swelling like immensely. And they start getting so big that I can't sleep on them. You know what I mean? And I'm in like excruciating pain all the time. And obviously that means your ear is infected. So I tell my mom finally, I'm like, hey, I need to talk to you. And she's like, okay, what's up? And I'm like, I pierced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes in my ear. 7. Like, how many holes in your ear? 7. Like, how fucking many? Like, not 1, not 2. 7 holes with a needle through my ear. I've never seen my mom so mad. She's raging. She calls my dad. My dad comes home. They're screaming at me. They're like, you could die from this, blah, blah, which parents are so melodramatic. Girl, I'm living. Look at me now. I got 2 of these piercings left. I managed to salvage 4 of the 7. Like, that's pretty cool. So, I have to go to the urgent care, and I have to take out, I take out all of them. Like, they make me take out all the piercings. I get, like, a solution. I'm on antibiotics. The infection was so bad, I had to get on antibiotics. I take the antibiotics, and about 5 days later, I sneak back in the first and second holes. You know what I mean? They have no idea. And now I'm like, okay, whatever. You're right, Tana. That was a stupid decision. Shouldn't have pierced my third hole. Shouldn't have pierced my cartilage. But all my friends are counting on me to pierce their ears. This is where any normal human being would cancel the appointments and complain about their non-seven piercing skills. But no, I start having my friends over one by one while my parents are gone and piercing their ears. And I was piercing cartilages, I was piercing their fucking third holes, I was piercing like all 6 of their holes, I was doing all 7 piercings like I was doing any form of cartilage, like wherever they wanted it, you know what I mean? Like making these people leave my house gushing blood, like not even kidding. So then over the next week or so, all my friends' piercings start getting infected and they have to like tell their parents, go to the doctor, all this shit. And I lost like 5 friends from the 8th grade.
A lot of people jump to the fact that it's an infection, which like it probably was by the sound of like the ratchet as piercing studio that was going on in her bathroom. Also, like a big thing that happens is the fact that your cartilage shatters, and that's what like causes a lot of the intense pain and like the swelling and that sort of thing is the shattered cartilage, which very much could have happened because even though you're not using a gun, you're using not a hollow needle, which is what you need to be using to pierce. And by like forcing it through like that. It's pretty similar to blunt force trauma, like which is what a piercing gun does because it's shoving just an earring through your ear. It's blunt. Even though you may think that like a sewing needle, it's sharp, but it is blunt compared to like a piercing needle. It is probably pretty likely that 1, the cartilage was shattered from blunt force trauma, and 2, that she had an infection. So it was probably just like an abundance of terrible things happening. This is like such a common thing though. Girls would get in the bathrooms at like school, not even at home. They would get in the bathrooms at school. They would take like pins from the sewing classes and then they would go in at lunchtime and like shove the pins with like the little ball thing on top that are like sewing pins, whatever they are. I'll insert. Oh my God. Some of the girls would get them like pierce their lip and then keep the, like, so they do it at like the second break. They'd pierce their lip with it, have the pin just sitting in their mouth, like moving around when they were talking and stuff, like for a whole last class. So like, I don't know, an hour and a half or something before they could get home. And they had that sitting in their mouth. Like there are a few girls who did that actually. Hilarious. And it just sat in their mouth and it like, and they thought it looked like lip piercing because it had the little ball there and everything. And then they'd go home and put like lobe jewelry, like, you know, with like gross backing on the inside of their lip until they could go and get like an actual like labret bar. Crazy. But yeah, tons of girls did it and it was always like in the bathrooms at school. And I guess they did the thing where they were like making an appointment to see Tana, but it was to see these girls. Yeah, it happened a lot. And I was like always kind of terrified because they were always the dirty kids though. So like Tana, sorry, but you may have been the dirty kids. Like they would try to convince other people to do it. And it was like, you'd look at them, you're the dirty kid. Like they were the one, you know how you got like your school photos and it had like that blue, like cloudy background. Theirs was like slightly brown because it was like stinky, dirty background. It was a very common thing. And I'm sure it's a very common thing still in schools. Maybe kids are trying to buy those eBay piercing kits and stuff now and doing it at school. It was a lot more ratchet back then. And yeah, her story speaks volumes to me from all the ones that I heard in school. And as a piercer now, it's like, it's not worth it because none of the piercings that anyone ever got, they kept and they just got infected and disgusting and Like, you were just known as a dirty kid, and who wants to be a dirty kid? So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will be back with some more videos very soon.